And Berserk, really good game. And of course, Space Invaders is a classic. Everybody needs to play that once in their lifetime. And Missile Command is a good one. All of these are good games, really. Well, with a few exceptions. Defender.
I seem to recall that was one of your favorites
And
growing
this
up.
Defender is probably is one of my favorites. I never really, there's a lot of people don't like it because there's a lot of things that are different from the arcade version. And I never really, I'd go to arcades and I spent my time on games where you could sit and like driving games like Pole Position and all that. And so but that was, I don't know, just something about that was I really enjoyed, and I didn't really care whether it was faithful to the arcade version or not. Star Raiders, also a really, I think back in the day this was a lot harder to comprehend than it would be now, just with all the hyper space whatever movement and different sectors that you had to go to. And we've got the original keypad that came with these too. It's back there. But Yar's Revenge, of course, that's a classic. I'm kind of going by company on these two. I'm starting out with Atari and then we'll go to some different companies. Those are the earlier ones. These are, of course, E.T. And there's a lot of people don't like this game. It's not my favorite game. It's probably not the worst game I've played, but they're just the pits that are the problem with this game. And once you get stuck in it, it's very hard to get out unless you know how to do it, unless you have the manual. And you don't really know what you're looking for unless you have the manual. So that's the only problem with the game. People say it caused the video game crash, and that's just not true. Mario Brothers, of course. This is, let's see, Donkey Kong would have come out before this, right?
Yes.
But this is I think the first game that starred Mario Brothers, and they're still going strong today, of course.
Look a little bit different.
Look a little bit different. I think they probably gained a little bit of weight.
Probably.
Their noses are probably small. Well, I don't know if they're small or not. But and it's just Mario pretty much. I don't think Luigi's around much anymore, is he?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't have a Wii or anything like that to know. We'll have to ask. My nieces have a Wii. We'll see what, and I think they've got the new Miss Pac-Man. That's a really good game, and that's one that it doesn't look anything like the arcade game, but it plays just about the same. And if anything, it's more fun to be able to just pop it in while you're sitting on the couch and anytime you want to, and not waste quarters doing it. And this is Real Sports Football. This is the only real sports game that we had back then. And it's fun. There's a very limited amount of plays that you can do on it. It's, of course, nothing like any sports game today, but these are, there's not much you can do with a joystick and one button, but that's all you need really to play all of these games. And the next company that we had the most of was Parker Brothers. And let me get some of these out of the way. Of course, everybody has Frogger. Of course, and that's a good game. It's a good translation of the arcade game. that, of course, due to the 2600's limitation, doesn't look very pretty, but it plays really, really nice. And this is Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. That's another good one. Save that one. Cubert. And that's a good game too. Kind of fun. It's not one of my favorites, but it's good every once in a while. Gyrus, one of the best soundtracks for any game, even through today. This, was it Beethoven or Bach? I can't remember. Bach.
Yes. Toccata and Fugue.
Okay. And I'm sure looks nothing like the arcade game.
Nope.
I remember playing this on my other brother's Commodore 64, and it was really nice. Mm-hmm. It's a good version of the game, but if you got the 2600, this is a good game to get. Activision, we only had one game for the from Activision. It's pressure cookers. One of the rare games, really, but this is really good. Of course, all of Activision's games are were put together really well for the Atari. And it's got a good tune to it. Also, it's really catchy. Once you get it in your head, it sticks there a couple days before you can get it out. And it's a good game. It's just putting hamburgers together by order. You get several orders for different toppings on the hamburgers, and you have to get them in the right order, and you have to get them put in the right bins in the fast food, I guess, is what it would be. So. And we have Sega Star Trek Strategic Operations Simulator. It's a pretty good game. It came with a plastic overlay. It's one of the only ones that came with an overlay for the joystick, just to show you which way the joystick moved to do what. And I think I've lost that somewhere along the way, but anyway, it plays fine without it, as long as you know what you're doing with the manual. And Buck Rogers, Planet of Zoom. And then, now I'm going to save this one for last, because that's my favorite. But now we get into the kind of, I think, John, you and I went to the mall, and we bought these. I bought Space Jockey. Mm-hmm. And this was near the end of the Atari 2600's life. Didn't you say you thought we got these for like 99 cents?
Yes.
Or
I seem to recall they were at the KB Toys or whatever it was.
KB Toys.
Yes, they're at the shopping mall. And you're right, it could have been no more than $2 at the very most.
Yeah.
Back in 1985, 86 time frame.
Well, this would have been maybe even 87.
Yeah.
When did you got the Nintendo?
Yeah, around 87 or so.
87? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So this would have been about 86
would have
or
been
so.
Before that then. So.
Mm-hmm.
But we were buying our own games at that point. So anyway, Space Jockey was mine, and you got Towering Inferno,
mm-hmm.
which actually is a decent game. It's
mm-hmm.
you have to go from the top down to the bottom floor of a high-rise building, and just clear all the fire out, and there's people trapped on each floor that you have to rescue.
Mm-hmm. Very, very loosely based on the 1970s movie.
70s, was it?
Yeah, but
starring Charlton Heston and several others.
Yes,
I
it
think-
was one of those cast of thousands
Yeah.
type movies.
Probably my favorite. I said, obviously I had to do games where you can sit down a lot, or more than being able to stand up, unless it was a real quick game. I enjoy driving games more than anything, racing games. Bump and Jump by M Network, which is Mattel, which is their division for producing Atari 2600 games, and probably some for other systems too. But Bump and Jump is my favorite game of the original games that we had for the Atari. It's fun today to play, to jump over other cars, to crash them into the grass, to when the rivers or lakes or whatever you call them come up, and you have to jump over that, try to figure out, and later on when you have to figure out where you have to have a system, have to memorize how long of a jump you have to make and everything. Just really well done game. Again, doesn't look very pretty on the Atari, but it plays so much better than any other game, I think. So anyway, that's it for now. And if you just wanted to take time to wish everybody Merry Christmas, and that's about it, I guess.